Okay, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming to this episode 293 of Tapping for Calm Clarity. It's September 16th. It's Monday again. That's always a good day to do this, right? Why not start the week off right? So whatever you need to let go from the weekend, maybe you can let it go now. If somebody pissed you off over the weekend, it's a great time to forgive them. If they apologized and you haven't forgiven them yet, perfectly okay. Sometimes it takes a while. I was just listening to advice about forgiveness today. Sometimes when they apologize, we can't even accept it. It takes a while. And then, yeah, then you forgive them. All right. But today, I have an idea. But if you have any requests, you can certainly put them in the chat today. So let's do what I teach my students. It's called the energetic handshake, and it's a way of just kind of tapping to get in there and also to set intentions for good things to happen while you tap. And it's a good thing for groups to do together, so I'll show you today. So we begin by tapping the side of our hand. And one of the most powerful things that each of us possesses is our name. So we are going to use I am statements to declare our name 3 times as we tap the side of the hand. So instead of a setup, that's what we're going to do right now. So you say, I am Betsy. I am Betsy. I am Betsy. All right, and then repeat after me these words, and I'll put them up on our Facebook page later so you have them. I am open. I am willing. I am worthy of receiving. I trust. I surrender. I allow. And I let go. It is sacred. And it is so. Aho, amen, so be it, or whatever way you like to finish your prayers to the universe. It's a form of a prayer. It's actually requesting a lot of the tools that are part of an effective EFT treatment, being open, being willing for a change, allowing, um, accepting, so the words that I shared with you come from the ancient tradition. They come from Gashida Kiawak, my sister up in Canada, who is a Canadian in Seneca elder. All right. She's old like me. I think she's a little younger than me, but I call her an elder. So I guess I'm an elder too. And she does those words with every ceremony. And so the way I integrated them is I noticed when I was in ceremony with her in Canada, she brought me in to teach her ladies up there tapping because, yes, they have emotions too. It happens all over the world, right? It occurred to me that the tapping points lined up beautifully with the statements that she was saying, especially when we're tapping this point. This is when we say, I trust. And I found it so interesting because this point, everybody touch it right now, because this is a grounding point. Have your feet on the ground and just hold it maybe for a minute and breathe. It's a grounding point. And when we say I trust, it's also, this point has to do with trust or worry. That's a choice. Are you going to worry about something or are you going to trust? And this is stomach meridian. So if you have stomach problems, maybe you have trust issues. Maybe you worry a lot, huh? And that's the pocket that holds those feelings. That's where the energy goes, or doesn't go. I should say it gets stuck there. So tapping might be new to some of you. This is not clinical EFT that we do here. We can't quite get into that in this brief period of time, but I will show you things for your own personal practice. And I am a trainer, and it would be my honor to have you in one of my longer classes. Some of you have been in my classes. Some of you are certified, but we're always on the edge of learning more. So today I wanted to talk with you about the nine gamut procedure. So show of hands, how many of you have heard of the nine gamut procedure before or done it? And whether or not you like it. So back in the old days, like in 2001, when I first learned about EFT, we did the nine gamut procedure as part of our protocol. We do a round of tapping. And then we would do the nine gamut point, tap it with the eye movements, and then we'd do another round of tapping. Then we would check in. It was the EFT sandwich recipe. I think that's what Gary Craig called it. That gamut was the filling. The gamut was weird because it is a brain balancing exercise, and that's really how I like to think of it today. And it is extremely good for releasing traumatic thoughts and memories that are just stuck in the body. I'm not sure, and it's kind of stuck in the brain. And it requires moving the eyes and um, humming and counting, which activates left and right of the brain. It's also so weird because we tap this funny point and roll our eyes around and hum happy birthday and stuff. People think we're odd. They already think we're odd. But back in 2001, there was no research and they really thought I was odd. And I got over it because I tapped every day for a while. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a choice. If people want to get better, they won't mind looking odd, especially if they've tried everything else, right? So what brought this to mind for me, two things, David Feinstein and Donna Eden's book, Tapping, reminded me how great the nine gamut is because they throw it into their protocol in that book. Now, it's not the clinical EFT, but there's so many good experiences with the nine gamut. We should consider it when we're working on ourselves and working with others. But we have to recognize it's not in a lot of the research studies. So here's the thing. I saw this research study. It was just a case study. So it was a one-person case, but it was very nicely written up. It was about a woman with IBS. And you guys know what IBS is? It's irritable bowel syndrome. And it's a case write-up of 4 sessions that were done in India with a patient that had pretty severe IBS, diarrhea 4 times a day kind of thing. And that's not fun. Anybody ever had that? Right? It's not fun. It interferes with your productivity in your life. So in this particular case, the practitioner used the nine gamut from the very beginning as part of the sequences. And it's nice to be able to read the case and see how the practitioner worked with this individual. And by the end of 4 sessions, there was much less incidence of the pain because this patient had pain. And also, I think she was down to not having the diarrhea episodes anymore. So that's a reason to pay attention, but it wasn't double blind. We don't have the actual statements that this individual used, so it's hard maybe to replicate. On the other hand, I'm pretty certain as I read through the case, that practitioner made it very customized to that individual. And that's how the best EFT works. So let's do something for you today. You're allowed to pick anything at all that maybe you want to work with. And I would encourage you to pick something that's maybe physical discomfort, like IBS, or maybe you get headaches, or maybe, I don't know, you just don't feel well. Maybe you have pain somewhere. I'd encourage you to pick that. Or unpleasant memory or story, or a forgiveness issue you just can't let go of right now. Like maybe you're just so angry at somebody, or somebody's really done you wrong. Yeah. Whatever. But let's keep it below a 7 if you can, okay? Because it's hard to take care of all of you in this situation. The other thing you might want to do is we do this exercise, you might want to put me on speaker view if you're not on speaker view so you can actually see the nine gamut a little more closely. That's really up to you, but because the nine gamut is very specific to these eye movements and where you tap, that might help you see how to do it. Okay? All right. So everybody pick something that they want to work on today. And then take a moment to evaluate your before treatment situation, 0 to 10. How much is this particular issue bothering you right now? So just be present to it and give it a number and write that number down and put a circle around it so you don't forget where you started. And maybe if there's one word that you have about that issue, you might want to write that down too. Because I might end up working with one or two of you as we keep going on this. I'm not sure how this is going to work. We'll just see what happens. Okay? Everybody got their target. That's your target. That's what's bothering you. So I will just say, I'll say something about this thing that's bothering me. Okay? When I say that, you know what you're thinking about. Okay? Or this uncomfortable thing that's bothering me. I'll figure out some language. All right, we ready? So sit nice and tall in your chair, feet flat on the floor, and let's start our setup statement, tapping on the side of the hand. Even though there's something bothering me and it's disturbing my peace, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. Even though this is really bothering me and it's getting in the way of what I really need to pay attention to, I deeply and completely accept myself. I forgive myself. I'm doing the best I can. Even though I can't be my best when this is bothering me. And I have all sorts of feelings about it. I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. And I'm open to the possibility of feeling better. And maybe it's safe for me to shift to this and relax. All right, so that was our setup statement. Now we start tapping the points with just a quick reminder. This thing that's bothering me. Then eyebrow points. This thought or feeling that's bothering me. Side of the eyes. This thought or feeling or memory that's bothering me. And under the eye. And if there's any people involved, the people that are bothering me or person. Under the nose, the thoughts and feelings that are bothering me. Under the lip, the thing I wrote down that's disturbing my peace. All the things I believe about what's bothering me. All the ways I've been avoiding or dismissing what's bothering me. Okay, now we're going to do the 9 gamut. So hand on the heart. So see my hand. I'm going to move my screen so you can see my hand. And we're going to be tapping in this little divot between the ring finger and the little finger. So this is the gamut point. So we're going to tap here without stopping while I instruct you to do some eye movements and humming and counting that balance your brain. So you're going to look ridiculous now. Get over it. All right. So we're going to move the eyes first. So open your eyes, close your eyes, open your eyes again. Now you're going to not move your head, but you're going to bring your eyes down to the floor to your right. So keep tapping. Bring them back up to center. Bring your eyes to the left to the floor. Back up to center. Now we're going to bring our eyes in a circle like we're going around the face of a clock. So bring your eyes up to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the bottom, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all the way up at the top, keep tapping. Then we're going to reverse that circle. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 at the bottom, 5, 4, 3, two, one, back up to the top. All right, how is that? Now it gets weird because we're gonna hum a tune that everybody knows. So let's go with Happy Birthday. And now we're going to count to five together. One, two, three, four, five. And now we're going to count again. Oh, I'm sorry. Hum. All right. And now we're going to do some more tapping, tapping the head. This thing that's bothering me. And what's left of whatever's bothering me. Those thoughts or feelings or sensations that are bothering me. Side of the eyes, the beliefs and feelings that are bothering me. The scenes from the past that are part of this that are bothering me. And all the stories I'm telling myself about what's bothering me. And the places in my body where this is somehow related and stuck. And the wisdom that I've been resisting that might be part of what's bothering me. And all the reasons it's so hard to change what's bothering me. All right, just give yourself a little calming hug here. Give it a squeeze too. And then hold your face for a minute. Look into the camera with me and smile. Take a deep breath. And exhale with a sigh. Ah. All right. That wasn't part of the protocol, but it's always fun. I like to have fun. Because you know what? The world's a hard place. We better build a little fun in, even when we're doing serious stuff. Okay, so it's time to check again. So go back, look at your paper. What was one of the words you wrote down or the number that you wrote down before? And just take a moment to reflect and feel and check in. What were you working on? Where are you at right now? Did it change? Did it shift? Did it move? Did it get worse? I might have said something that really poked it because I didn't know. So my apologies if I poked it. But sometimes when I poke it and it comes up, it's because you need to work on this. Maybe it's this missing piece, like, oh, that's what this is about. I thought it was this, and maybe there's another aspect to it. Because as EFT practitioners, we're detectives. We're looking for aspects, new ways to approach the problem with new words and it's like a new road into the construction site. And sometimes it's a better road. And sometimes it's a very simple clearing when you find the right way in. Okay, so maybe you could put in the chat the difference between your start number and your ending number. You don't have to reveal anything private that way, but I'm just curious where you're all at. If anybody wants to comment, you're certainly welcome to comment too. I'm open to that. Take a drink of water while we're just checking in. Elaine, good. You came off a little bit. Okay, I see some good things up there. Good Sarah, good Sue. You guys copied each other. Rich guy, good. 8 to a 4. Mary lost her sludge. 6 to 3. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. So the scary thing about all of this is when we don't know what we're working from. Oh, you got a different color, Deborah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when I don't know what we're working on, of course, the language that I picked for this may not have fit. And yeah. So what'd you think of the 9 gamut? You want to do it again? You want to practice? So we can tell from the things that are coming into the chat that we're all over the place in terms of the kinds of things we're working on, and that's totally okay. The beauty of all this, we can all be tapping together, and we can all be working on something very different, and it still works out. So, hmm. So we have, let's see, we've got 10 minutes. So I'm wondering, one of you that's around a 3, would you like to step with a 2 or a 3? Oh, Stephanie, you weren't even bad to begin with. You only started at a 3, but that's because she's in mental health. She's done a lot of work, right? Yeah. All right. I don't know. Deborah, I know you've been through so much. Would you like to be our volunteer?
I would be honored to be your volunteer.
Yeah, because Deborah's had dental issues and a loss, and I'm glad you're here today. So
Me,
we don't have to go into any big stories at all, but you use the color. You also so I don't know, just some quick words about what we're working on for you, and then everybody else is invited to tap along with us. So you don't even have to focus on your problem. This is borrowing benefits at its very best, and you can just send love to Deborah or send it to yourself. Okay. So,
thank
Deborah, the words that we want to use for what matters to you right now.
uh, three significant dental issues.
Mm,
Uh, Root canals, probably.
mm,
Yeah, one definite, two probable.
mm.
And yeah, loss of teeth,
Uh-huh. Okay. And
anger.
zero to 10, it's anger. Is that what you said? It's anger?
I, it's about anger. Yeah.
Okay. And 0 to 10 right now, just as you said, that anger. Where are we at?
Wow, it shot up from a 4 to at least a 6.
Okay. We can still use language with that. So you good with
Yeah,
let's just use the very few words you gave me, and we'll just dance with it. And we'll use non-gamut with this one too, so everybody gets a chance to practice. Sound good?
sounds good.
Everybody. So decide what you guys are working on. Get your SUDS number down and draw a circle around it before we start this. Okay? And then we're going to do a setup just for Deborah.
Oh, wonderful.
Even though I'm angry about 3 dental issues,
Even though I'm angry about 3 dental issues,
I deeply and completely accept myself
I deeply and completely accept myself
and all these angry feelings.
and all these angry feelings.
Even though I don't want to lose teeth,
Even though I don't want to lose teeth,
and I might have to have multiple root canals,
I might have to have multiple root canals.
and I'm wondering whose fault that is.
I'm wondering whose fault that is.
I deeply and completely accept myself anyway,
I deeply and completely accept myself anyway.
and I'm open to a pleasant surprise
I am open to a pleasant surprise
as this resolves.
as this resolves.
Even though I'm angry about root canal possibilities,
Even though I'm angry about root canal possibilities,
and I've got too much going on to deal with this.
I've got too much going on to deal with this.
Just the way it is.
Just the way it is.
And I've decided to love and accept myself today.
And I've decided to love and accept myself today.
I love that you don't have to repeat this, but I heard that sigh, Deborah. That's good.
Yeah.
You just deflated something. Okay. Top of the head. 3 dental issues
3 dental issues
that I never asked for.
I never asked for.
Eyebrow points. It's the worst time for a root canal.
It's the worst time for a root canal.
And I'm angry about it.
And I'm angry about it.
I love my teeth.
I love my teeth.
And I want all of them to be comfortable.
And I want all of them to be comfortable.
I'm so angry I could bite somebody,
Ooh, I'm so angry I could bite somebody.
but I won't.
But I won't.
Under the nose. It's the worst time for me to be dealing with this.
It's the worst time for me to be dealing with this.
So of course I'm angry.
Of course, I'm angry.
I don't want to lose teeth
I don't want to lose teeth
or time
or time
or go through any more procedures.
or go through any more procedures.
And maybe this will be expensive.
Oh, and maybe this will be expensive.
I'm angry about that too.
Oh, I'm angry about that too.
And it's all out of my control.
It's all out of my control.
I'm angry about that as well.
And I'm angry about that as well.
All right, back to the nine or gamut. So we're going to tap that point on our hand, back of the hand. Just keep tapping it as I take you through this. So open eyes, close eyes, open eyes, look down to the floor to your right and back up, down to the floor to your left and back up. Now we're going to make a big circle going one direction. So start at 12 and just go all the way around the clock face, all the way back up to the top, and then reverse that circle. Keep tapping all the way around, back to the top. And now we're going to hum together. Ready? And then we're going to count to five. One, two,
Two,
three,
three,
four,
four,
five.
five.
And then we're going to hum a little bit more. All right, top of the head. I'm so angry about this dental work.
I am so angry about this dental work.
Eyebrow points. And it's something out of my control.
It's something that's out of my control.
Inside the eyes. It's painful and uncomfortable.
It's painful and uncomfortable.
And it's
Yes.
gonna hurt when they go in there.
Yes. They hurt when they go in there.
I don't like having to spend time doing this stuff.
I don't like spending time doing this stuff.
I'm angry that this is even happening.
Oh, I am really angry that this is even happening.
And I wonder why it's happening now
I wonder why it's happening now.
and what I'm supposed to learn from this.
I got a lot to learn from this.
The universe is very cruel to me right now.
Oh, the universe is very cruel to me right now.
No wonder I'm angry.
No wonder I'm angry.
What kind of God would bring me loss of teeth and dental issues?
What kind of God would bring me loss of teeth and dental issues?
How can I get some peace around that situation?
How can I get some peace around that situation?
Okay, maybe I stirred you up some more. Hold your heart for a minute. Close your eyes for a minute. Just take a nice full deep breath. Yeah. I know you have so much going on. This maybe it even seems like a minor thing compared to I know of what you've been dealing with, and others on the call don't, but you have been in my prayers a lot. And so I think of you often.
Thank you. Thank you, Betsy.
What's your number? Where are you at?
You know, three comes to mind from a six to a three.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm getting this fluffy pink color right in front of me. So the color is changing as well.
Good.
Feel like a cloud that's kind of drifting away, like I can't control this. And so the cloud is pink, fluffy, and moving.
Mm-hmm. Good. So maybe you're moving on to an easier time of life as you get past this. I don't know. What's your lesson from it?
My lesson?
Yeah.
My lesson is to, I don't know, just go with the process, go with the flow, go with the process, and accept that which I cannot change.
Mm-hmm. And maybe it'll be like, remember that word I used at the beginning of the setup. Maybe there's a pleasant surprise here.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Well, I don't know. I'm putting words in your mouth, but I
No,
remember that coming to mind, in the setup that I created for you. And so
yeah,
I'm reminding you again of that
it's
because there
always
must be something there to
yeah, there's
take.
always a possibility of manifesting something wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just in the midst of dental work that seems so unlikely, right? Except
Right.
maybe it is there. Like pearls get made by irritated clams, right? So we can think of that. So how's everybody else doing? Did you learn the nine gamut at least? You got to try it a couple times. Does it help? Maybe, maybe not. It's just one more complicated thing to add to EFT. So that's, I'm pretty sure, the reason we leave it out now, because the tapping works just fine without it usually. But if you're a practitioner, especially if somebody's SUDS isn't coming down or they get stuck at a 4 for like forever and you're trying to give them a little more result during a session, it's good to add the non-gamut in. Just explain it that it's not part of the protocol. Okay. And the Facebook page link. So the name of the page is Betsy's Tapping for Calm Clarity group. It has a number. And if you want to email me, because if I put it here, sometimes it's hard to get those links off of this. If you just reply to the email reminder I sent you today and you want the link, I'll email back with the link to the Facebook group so you'll have it. Okay. We will not be together next Monday because I'm having fun with my dogs next Monday. We're going to a place in Loudonville where they have haunted hikes that you can take your dog on. I think that'll be fun. I hope my dog doesn't.
Ooh,
Yeah. I'm always my this is my year of having fun and it's going quite well. When you set an intention, be careful. But anyway, I've had a good time and I'm not done yet. So I won't be with you next week. I'll send a reminder about that, but I'll put some goodies on our page for you so you won't be left without anything. All right. So thank you, my friends, for being with me. And maybe share what you think about the nine gamut on our Facebook page when you get there, too. I'm curious if you noticed anything. Okay. All right. Be well. Keep tapping. Bye bye.